side. Williams to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. In the loose down the left sideline at the 40, to the 30, and he tiptoes out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. And the Wildcats come out with a little bit of a wrinkle. Actually, they're going to say he stepped out back at the 30. So a gain of 33 yards for Logan Williams. What about that wrinkle, Mr. Hilliard?
Well, just a little inside fake to Trevor Malacker and then handing to Logan on the counter the other way. And a nice job. Again, as I said, when he gets to the edge and he turns up, nobody's going to catch him. And they didn't catch him. He just kind of ran out of real estate. They had a little bit of an angle, but great run. That's the way to start it. See if they can cap it now.
Travis Mock, receiver to the right. That's the wide side of the field. Homer Center operating toward the end zone, south end zone. They give to Malacker. They faked the pitch to Williams. Penns Manor stayed home and didn't bite, although they ran in to a bulldozer in a construction yard in Trevor Malacker, who got a yard, maybe. Let's see where they put it down.
You would like to see him get into that second level defense just to see what it would be like.
Hey, I remember easy now. I remember that interception return at Blairsville last week where he was like lightning and took it to the house.
Well, it was at
least
a brand of lightning.
Heat lightning, at least.
Of which I'm not familiar, to be honest. Yeah, they're trying to run him on a little slant into the line, and then he'd come off of that with a pitch. That time they tried to cross the Comets up, no dice.
Twins to the right. They give to Williams up the middle, and Penns Manor knifes across and makes the play. Let's see who made that tackle for Penns Manor. It might have been Matt Samoji for the Penns Manor Comets. It was Samoji. Boy, he's the free safety, Ward, and he cheats up and makes a lot of plays right in the trenches.
He knows he can read, and he's an experienced player and a tough player and a good tackler, and that's what's so valuable back there. He reads what's going on. We got to get a little more push out of Trevor there. He's got to be able to blow up a hole here for Logan to cut through. It hasn't happened yet.
Kobe Doherty to the wide side of the field in front of the Wildcat bench. Ball on the left hash. Lone setback, the protector right for now is Williams. Throwing deflected away. I think Tommy Hamilton deflected that pass.
Baird.
Or was it Baird?
Yeah, big 88 over there.
Yeah, you're right.
6'5" is tough to get around. You got to figure out where he's at and throw the other way.
Northern Cambria has scored 14 unanswered. Ben Vazel with a 52-yard touchdown run, so it's Northern Cambria 14-8. Over West Shamokin, thanks to Mark Hilliard calling that game, keeping us updated.
They're tough.
Fourth down here for Homer Center and 8 to go. Started out promising, but they'll need a big play on fourth down here. Sidecar right of Schmidt from the shotgun is Williams. Low snap, but he takes it, throws out in the flat to Williams. Williams makes a quick cut, and he's spun down at the 26-yard line. Good tackle out here by Penns Manor. Making that tackle for the Comets was Jay Karlinski, and the Wildcats will turn it over on down.
That play really died at the beginning. It's a low snap, so Ben didn't have much time to even look away. There was just a little swing pass to try to get Logan in the open field, but the defense had already saw the ball almost hitting the ground, so they just came in hard, broke it up. There was nowhere for Logan to go.
So Penns Manor will start at their own 28-yard line, trailing 15-14, and they come out with Tommy Hamilton at the quarterback and the Wildcat with an empty set. Twins up top, wing both ways, and Hamilton going to hand it off. And I think it's Samoji with the football. Let's see. It is Matt Samoji on the tackle. It was Homer Center. Trevor Malacker making that stop.
They're doing a better job of gap control there, not getting burned on those inside runs, and it's critical that they do that. The ends also, they have got to come up huge here. Those are the two strengths of the Comets, and if you can take those away, you force them to throw a little more.
Gain of about 3, ball just over the paint on the 30-yard line. Brandon Galantine, a receiver up top, and they're going to hand it off and running room up the middle and just tripping them up where it's going to be more yardage is Dimitri Lieb. And making a big saving tackle for bigger yardage was Deshaun Robinson, but they do move the chains up to the 38-yard line.
A little inside, whatever you want to call that. It's a reverse inside, reverse
they
inside
call that
counter.
A buck sweep.
But there's a fake the other way and then a handoff coming back toward us that time, and just a big hole. And that's where the gap's got to be controlled.
Hamilton, again, running the offense right now, and Hamilton going to keep it. He faked the handoff to Lieb, and then he's knocked over big time by Alex Pribish, who delivered a big blow, limits him to a 1-yard gain up to the 39-yard line. We're inside of 9 minutes here in the third quarter with Homer Center leading 15-14.
His defensive goal is to get Penns Manor in third and long situations where they have to get out of just purely running the ball. As long as they're getting 4 or 5 yards, they're going to be able to do that.
Jimmy Leitner back in offensively, so we assume he'll run the show here at quarterback. By the way, there was a procedure penalty on Penns Manor. I didn't even spot it until right now. Lou Idzotic motioned it, but it was declined by Homer Center. They'll take 2nd and 9 over 1st and 15.
I didn't see it myself there, Mark.
Usually you are
first one of the year.
Eagle eyes. Yeah. Well, you're looking through the glass and a little bit of a reflection. And
there's a glare.
You could shut that light off for it. If that little light might be bothering you a little bit. 2nd down and 9 up to the 39-yard line. Scoreboard says 43, but it is the 39. Split backs, or actually it's going to be, Leitner under center. Yep, split backs behind him. Smoji, the fullback. Dimitri Lieb, the sophomore tailback. Wingman motioning behind is Hamilton, and they pitch it to Hamilton. And Hamilton has running room inside Wildcat territory, breaks a tackle on his feet at the 40. He's going to take it the distance, 62 yards as he broke a couple of tackles, and the Penns Manor Comets have the lead on the 62-yard run by Tommy Hamilton with 8:14 left in the third quarter. It's now Penns Manor back up on top 20-15.
You heard Coach Page going off the field at halftime, not happy with the way they were tackling. There's a good example right there. A couple guys had clean shots at Hamilton to just wrap him up, or if nothing else, hang on to him until the support came. They did not, and off to the races he goes. So credit to him. Big run, big score, Comets ahead.
8:14 mark of this third quarter. Comets do not kick, so they will go for 2. Would give them a 7-point advantage. Leitner under center with split backs behind him. And motion again behind, and they're going to flip to the motion man, and busting that play up in a big way was Kobe Doherty. And Dimitri Lieb didn't have a chance, lost about 4 yards on that play. But 4 plays, 73 yards, took $151. Teams come back upfield on an Indiana Regional Medical Center High School sports night. Back up on top go the Comets. It's Penns Manor 20, Homer Center 15 on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
Congratulations to Mike Malott, our winner of the 50-50 tonight. Big total. $497. Nice way to lead Memorial Field tonight. Most of the time we do not.
30-14, Blairsville.
Shit. I was rooting the other way hard, but ain't gonna happen.
Baird is getting set to kick off for the Comets. Back deep is Logan Williams, Deshaun Robinson, and Kobe Doherty.
4 plays, 73 yards, as I mentioned, going to break. Took a minute 51, but the heavy lifting done by Tommy Hamilton on a 62-yard touchdown run. Brandon Baird has it teed up. It's a line drive squibber, and good hands by Logan Williams at the 23 to the 30 to the 35 to the 40. Comes near side to the 45, and down he goes, and the Wildcats will be in good operating position. Jimmy Leitner on the tackle, and Jay Karlinski for the Penns Manor Comets.
Once again, back to the drawing board. Homer's got to find some type of formation they can get comfortable with and can start piling up yardage. They have not established any kind of a running game. A couple of big plays by Logan Williams and maybe one by Nick Schmidt or Ben Schmidt. And beyond that, they've done nothing, Mark, and that's disappointing. Tackling, whoa, that's a work in progress.
You know, we were so busy on our halftime report, Nick probably had Billy Packer, and we forgot about him. That's on us, Nick.
Yeah, that was on us.
Ben Schmidt under center. We'll get down to Nick in a minute. Toss left to Williams, trying to get to the corner. Gets by one man to the 45 and runs into the Penns Manor bench. Just about a 2-yard gain. There just hasn't been a lot there. Credit Penns Manor. Right, Nick Schmidt. Good defense down there.
Yeah, it was good defense, and they've been playing good defense all night, really. But back to Logan Williams' kick return. That ball, the way that skipped off, that's probably one of the hardest balls you can field. And so credit to him for handling that on the first hop.
Yeah, we saw that the other way. Good call on that, Nick, where Penns Manor was not as fortunate on a couple of crazy bounces. 2nd down and 8. Kobe Doherty comes near side. Ball with the Wildcat 47. Wingman to the left. That's Malacker, more like an H-back, and Schmidt's going to keep it to midfield to the 45 to the 40. Ben in the loose at the 30. Heads far sideline to the 20. Trying to get the angle on him. He dives into the end zone. He doesn't even dive. He races inside that orange pylon, and he takes it 53 yards for a touchdown. And back comes Homer Center. They now lead the Penns Manor Comets 21-20. Ben Schmidt with those great wheels.
Something on the left side. Again, I think Ben saw that opening there. Tagliati's over there, Prubich over there, some good blocking. And he read a hole and cut through it. And you can see he's a great open field runner. Just doesn't get the credit because you got a Logan Williams back there. Huge play. Great response by the Wildcats.
Ben Schmidt, 53 yards. Kobe Doherty, the holder, out of the snap of Tyler Sprankle. And it's put down, and the kick is blocked. Busting through there was Brandon Baird. He's doing it all over the field, isn't he,
yeah,
for the Penns Manor Comets. And the score holds 1-point lead, which is where we were at the half. There is a penalty, however, on the play, so hold the phone.
He may have been offside. He got in there awful fast, even for 6'5". Let's see. Was it?
It's an offside call.
Oh, now the coaches have a decision to make. They're going to go for 2 here now, Mark.
Yep, they will.
Yeah, I thought that snap and hold was pretty efficient there. I can't believe Baird could get in and block that quickly.
2 plays, 55 yards, by the way. Took just 16 seconds.
We should comment, too, that did sprinkle a little bit at halftime. So
yeah, I did say that. Yep.
Oh, you did? I'm sorry. I didn't catch that.
Twins to the right, twins to the left. Wide splits for Homer Center as they try to spread the Comets out. Logan Williams, the setback. Schmidt from the shotgun with the sidecar right, Logan Williams. No tight end. And let's see what they do here. Williams Schmidt on a similar situation ran for 2 earlier in the game. And he takes the snap, hands it off to Williams, cuts it back, zigs and zags, leans for the goal line, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. And it's 23-20 with 7:51 to play in the 3rd quarter. Back and forth we go in the 61st all-time meeting between the Comets and the Wildcats from the S&T Bank broadcast booth. S&T Bank salutes our student-athletes from the classroom to the gridiron. And we are at the gridiron since 1945 at the corner of Lincoln and Harrison Street. Scoreboard says Homer Center 23, Penns Manor 20 on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
We've had several opportunities that this game should be close. Jake was wide open, and that should have been a touchdown by a mile.
They should go back to that.
I agree.
41-0 Indiana.
Ben Schmidt lining up to kick off for the Wildcats back deep. Matt Samoji and Tommy Hamilton for the Comets.
Squib kicked by Schmidt, taken by Tommy Hamilton. Hamilton down at about the 35, maybe the 36-yard line, right down below us. On the kick coverage team for the Homer Center Wildcats, it was Cole Cunningham, or I'm sorry, not Cole Cunningham, it was Travis Mock. There's no 51 there. I thought I saw 30 on that tackle. Our spotter, Denny Mester, does a good job cleaning the windows here, but we're going to have to clean his glasses on that one.
30 is Travis Mock.
They put it down at the 37-yard line.
We can't find that number 51.
And he is on the sideline. Right?
Area 51. Maybe that's the same thing, huh?
Yeah, they give up the middle, and with the football, Samoji, and I'll tell you what, he did a good job of powering his way for some yardage. Wildcats say they have the football, and Jake Cyani does have it, but they're going to say that he was down, and Samoji showed me something there, Ward, kind of spun and backed his way with strong legs for 5 yards on first down up to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, the way Cats are tackling, that's going to merit him extra yardage. They've got to tighten that up.
I'm going to say 6 yards.
I don't think tonight they're going to be able to. They're just going to have to play it out and hope they can survive it and then work on it during the week.
Hamilton, wingman to the left, Dimitri Lieb to the right. And Leitner going to give to Hamilton, trying to turn the corner around the right side, and he does have first down yardage. He gets to midfield, nudges his way into Homer Center territory on that far sideline in front of the Comets bench, and he gets about 8 or 9 more. Tackle made by the freshman Justin Walbeck. They put the football down at the Wildcat 49-yard line.
Smogy did a nice job of blocking on Logan Williams. Wildcat did too nice a job. From what I can see, it looked like there were some jerseys being grabbed. Maybe both ways there.
No, they downgraded.
10 carries, 100 yards for Hamilton.
Continues to be a thorn.
9 yards there. Motion man is Lieb, but they give up the middle to Samoji, who powers his way, lowering the shoulder to the 45. TJ Tagliotti on the stop for the Homer Center Wildcats.
Yeah, the backers have got to step in that and stop that gap. Samoji is always going between center and the guard, and they need to stuff that gap. They're inside backers.
Second down and about 6 to go as the coaches pound up above us. I think that was Penn Manor pounding. Trying to figure out which door that was coming from.
This is that kind of a game. It's back and forth, and every play you're holding your breath because it could go. And
now a whistle and a timeout called by Penn's Manor. 5:44 remaining in the third quarter. Back and forth we've gone in this football game. The teams have exchanged touchdowns here in the third quarter. It says Homer Center 23, Penn's Manor 20 on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network. Hey, Trev, no horn on that last TD.
They were questioning, they're having trouble with the microphone apparently again. They questioned whether me having it plugged into the other was doing anything. So I unplugged it. I don't know. No horn. Sorry. No horn.
Never heard that.
Huh?
I'm ready to this to be my final broadcast or my final.
Who said that?
We only got two. Your brother said him and Sutter or whatever were talking. Said maybe that shortened something out. I don't know. But they said it's cutting out like crazy again, and obviously I can't hear it.
I know what I'd do. I'd plug it in right when they score. As we come back, they give to Samoji, and Samoji cuts it up inside the 40 down to about the 38-yard line. They're going to move the sticks again. On the tackle, TJ Tagliati, but Penns Manor this drive that started at their own 37-yard line, very systematically moving it right down the field, taking it to Homer Center's defense, which is allowed over 200 yards rushing a game. And they're over that, I think, tonight.
A lot of misdirection, a lot of stuff going on that way, and it seems like the defense just cannot figure it out.
This time, let's see, I think that's Hamilton at the quarterback. It is, and he's going to keep it short side of the field, through an opening, just picking his way, finding some gaps, and run out of bounds on the far side by Justin Walbeck, but not before he runs for about 8 or 9 more down in front of that Comets bench. They put it down at the 31-yard line. He gains 7. The Wildcats just have no answer.
No, we've seen these games before, have we not? Whoever has the ball last probably going to win because neither team's able to stop the other. But the Comets have had the better of it, I think, Mark. They're gaining consistent yardage. Homer's been big plays.
Galantine and O'Neill, receivers to the left, and they give it on that buck sweep again. And with the football, driving for a first down, the Comets' Dimitri Lieb, a 6-foot, 162-pound sophomore who had 3 touchdowns in the opening week against Blairsville. They put it down at the 26 and a new set of downs for the Comets.
Yeah, folks are maybe wondering
on the tackle,
what's going on with this, but you got a flanker on each side of the end, and then you have a fullback. So there's a motion, man in motion. They sometimes fake to him. They come back to the fullback. They fake to the fullback, come back and hand it to the man in motion. There's so many options. And defenses have got to be disciplined.
Smoji, they fake it to him. Hamilton going to keep it, and Hamilton dragged down from behind, close to a horse collar there from my vantage point. Maybe not. It was across the way, but he gains about 5 yards to the 21-yard line of the Wildcats. The Wildcats just can't win first down at all as we approach the 4-minute mark in this third quarter with Homer Center leading 23-20.
There's generally 2, maybe 3 blockers hitting that end, and it just wipes him out and allows Hamilton to turn the corner. And every time he can turn upfield, that's 5 yards or more.
Second down and 5 from the Wildcat 21 as the Comets get close to entering the Alexander Strength Development red zone. And they fake it to Lieb. Here comes Hamilton near side. This time the Wildcats stop him. I think he'll even lose a yard. Kobe Doherty busted through. Kobe's had a good game defensively. They're going to put it down outside the 21, back near the 22, so he does indeed lose a yard.
He came from the weak side, the side away from where this run was going, and came in back and got some penetration and ran him down.
Out-of-town scoreboard, end of 3, Blairsville 30, Salzburg 20. 22-8 Northern Cambria now over West Shamokin after West Shamokin had taken an 8-0 lead early.
I think the mismatch there is more offense on the Cambria side.
Third down and about 7, and Leitner back to pass. Rolling, throwing deep downfield, and it's intercepted by Travis Mock at the 6 or 7 yard line. Mock, the third turnover on the Penns Manor Comets.
Boy, they're not giving.
Are they saying incomplete? Wildcats can't believe it. Well, hey, it's a long way from us, so what do we know?
We can't. Looked like he came down pretty clean with it myself. But you are right. It's probably as far away from where we're at as it can get. Boy, that would have been a big play. Homer needed that kind of a stop. Fourth down, though.
Let's see if it matters here. Penns Manor, see if they can take advantage on 4th and 7. And Leitner this time going to boot to his left. Pressure coming from Pribish, throwing deep downfield, out of bounds, incomplete, and there's a flag. They're going to say Homer Center pushed Penns Manor.
No, I think it's just the opposite. I saw clearly Baird push the Homer defensive back. I saw that clearly. If they don't call that, that is a total blown call.
Kobe Doherty acting like you're right, Ward Hilliard.
His arms both went out, and he pushed off to get the chance to catch that.
Pass interference on Penns Manor. Good call, Ward Hilliard. Bad call, Mark Burdick.
You never make a bad call. You just mistake it once in a while. And once in a while, I stumble on an acorn. Anyway, Homer holds. And you can we're going to look for a media timeout, yeah.
3:01 remaining in the third quarter. Scoreboard says as Homer Center dodges a bullet, Homer Center 23 and the Penns Manor Comets 20. And you're listening to Heritage Conference football on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
What a bizarre friggin' game. Oh, Jesus. Whew.
Memorial Field, Wildcats dodge a bullet there. And they have the ball back at their own 22. And they do not give it to Williams. It's Ben Schmidt. And Schmidt, pretty good running room on first down, out over the 25, up near the 29-yard line for about 7 yards.
It's Seth Prirbich and Taglietti over there, and he's been favoring that side. He's been getting yardage on it. Don't understand, Mark. Penns Manor moving the ball on the ground, and then they try to throw, which is not a strength. And you saw all those passes are just kind of fluttering out there. There's nothing sharp.
Garrett Patterson, by the way, on that tackle for the Penns Manor Comets, cornerback. 2nd down and 3 for Homer Center after the Schmidt run. Twin receivers near side. Schmidt from the shotgun with a sidecar to the left. That is Williams, and they hand it to Logan. Logan plows for a first down. Right up the middle between guard Tyler Dunn, or center Tyler Dunn, guard TJ Tagliotti, and Seth Pribish on that left side. Andrew Packer, Coach Bill Packer's son, the right defensive tackle, made that stop. But first down, Homer Center at the 33.
This is the type of the time of the game when you'd like to see one of those patented Homer Center drives, the length of the field on the ground, using up the clock. The score here puts them up 2 scores. They'll be up 9 points, so they'd have a 2-score lead there, and that's significant.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter, 23-20 Homer Center. Williams to the right of Schmidt this time, and a bad snap, and he picks it up and he throws it out in the flat, incomplete. It was a forward pass, not a lateral. So that play was ugly from the beginning, and it's a good thing Schmidt was able to pick it up.
That play was set up. They actually had a little room that time for Logan, and that's all he needed. But unfortunately, that's the second time they've tried that play. The second time the snap has come back low, and it just blew the whole play up. So,
you know, Tyler Dunn, too, last year was pretty flawless in that department. But there's been a few bad exchanges, and a lot of that, I think, just you don't have that same continuity on the offensive line. And Tyler makes all the calls, too, so there's a on him with this inexperienced O-line, and now we have a timeout called by Homer Center.
Couldn't get a guy off the field, and Coach. Yeah, I don't see the Suds over there. He must have gone. To get Nick's perspective on that.
Back at you at Memorial Field. What was that, Ward?
I was going to say Nick's perspective on that interception, if he saw it better than we did, if there was one or
we'll
not.
Go down to him after this play. Let's do that. 2nd down and 10 for Homer Center. Schmidt takes the direct snap, going to keep it, comes near sideline, trying to get a block, but Travis Mock couldn't defend well, and it's intercepted. And down the left sideline, it is O'Neal running for a touchdown on the interception return, 37 yards. And the Wildcats give up another big play, and Penns Manor goes back up on top. Schmidt was pressured, made a bad throw, to be honest with you, and Penns Manor has the lead 26-23.
not much you could say. He's rolling out. It was a design run. The receiver, the blocker downfield, I did not look back when Nick got in trouble. He wanted to throw it, but he had no one to throw to because he wasn't looking. Then he tried to force the pass, which is another mistake. So Ben's, unfortunately, learning some very hard lessons here tonight about eating the ball.
They'll go for two here, the Comets, as they always do, this year at least. And Leitner wants to pass, throws out in the flat, wide open. Hamilton dances into the end zone for the two-point conversion. And it's 28-23. Penns Manor with 1:24 left here. We're going to keep it here at Memorial Field. 28-23, Penns Manor. Let's go down to Nick Schmidt. Nick, we were going to talk about your perspective on that interception, but now we'll turn our attention to that interception, which occurred right in front of you, and that's one Ben probably shouldn't have or should have eaten, as Ward mentioned.
Yeah, definitely. At that point, you either just want to tuck or go out of bounds, and if you're going to throw it, chuck it into the stands. That's not one you want to try to make. But then again, there was some poor blocking on that play, and so I won't pin this solely on him. It's a throw he shouldn't have made, but it shouldn't have got to that point in the first place.
All right, and who caught that two-point conversion pass? Was that Lieb or Hamilton?
That was Hamilton, and Nick. Ben's trying to do things out there. He knows he's got to make plays, but he's over. You know, you got to know when to hold him and when to throw him. And that time he should have held it and took his loss. And I'm sure Coach Page has already counseled him on that a couple of times because it's happened twice tonight. Two of Penns Manor's scores, Mark, on that very similar kind of play.
One on a fumble. Onside kick, and Homer Center falls on it at the 46-yard line. That was something Homer Center worked on under the lights. The heat was so bad earlier in the week, they had a practice down here at Memorial Field from 7 to 9, and that was one of the very things they worked on, and that's why.
Paid off. Good call by Penns Manor, getting Homer maybe off guard, but they were ready for it. They definitely need to put a drive together and get that lead back.
Brock Hauser recovered that, by the way.
Still 1:24 to go here in the third period. It's 28-23. Penns Manor ahead in what has been a bizarre football game.
Yeah. Not a thing of beauty by any stretch. Lots of mistakes and turnovers. So the Wildcats start at their own 46. Toss right to Williams. Williams breaks one tackle and gets up near the 48-yard line for a gain of 2 or 3. On the tackle for the Penns Manor Comets was Jimmy Leitner. Leitner, inside linebacker, second on the team with 13 tackles. Tommy Hamilton leads them with 20 tackles, including a sack. 2 yards for Williams.
Yeah, he's been everywhere. Hamilton and Baird occasionally is showing up everywhere. It's a little disappointing, the size of that Homer front wall. It's not able to get control enough to open some gaps here.
Split backs basically behind Schmidt. Malacker more like an H-back to the left, and they give it to Williams, trying to bounce outside. Does get by a defender on his feet at the 50, 45, 40. On his feet at the 30, 25, 20, and he goes out of bounds after a 32-yard gain. Boy, as we talked on the pregame show, speed absolutely can kill you, and Williams has that ability to make you look silly, and he did that again for a 32-yard gain.
Well, Shamogi come up, and he got a little stiff arm from Logan, and he just missed him, and that allowed him to turn. And once he turns, the Jets come on, and that's what I told Travis. You got to tell him, one cut and go. You can't catch speed, and that's what he does, and he's doing it very well. If he can get to the corner, he can get to the edge.
We'll update Williams' stats after this play. 1st and 10, they give it to Williams again, and this time they have him around the legs as he was trying to bounce outside. Jimmy Leitner stopped him and gets a yard or two to the 19, maybe the 18. Jerry, what about Logan's stats right up to date? We'll get that for you. 16 carries for 117 yards for
and
Williams.
He's coming out now. He's earned them.
Justin Walbeck actually
that's
coming
Walbeck.
out.
I'm sorry. I thought that was Williams.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter. Penns Manor with 2 scores on the board. Homer Center 1. The interception returned by Penns Manor's Zach O'Neill, the difference for now. We head to the fourth, and the Wildcats will be in the Alexander Strength Development red zone with a second down and Penns Manor 28, Homer Center 23 on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network on an Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Sports Night.
toward us.
Leitner under center, Lieb in motion, and they give it up the middle, and the Wildcats say no. They have Lieb and push him back, and they do hold him. As a matter of fact, to punt, long snapper Tommy Hamilton, and the snap a little bit low, but he gets it out of there. Line drive kick, chases Williams, and he's going to let it roll, and it takes a Penns Manor roll inside the 35, going to roll dead at the 34 with 8 minutes left in the game. That's where the Comets will take over. The Wildcats will take over after a 42-yard punt. And that's a tough one for Logan, kind of a tweener.
Well, he kicked it away from him, and then that's a lot of field to cover back there, first off. And it's not kicked at you. You got to chase it down. And he did the smart thing. Stay away from it. If he fumbles it there, game's probably over.
So the Wildcats, running out of time here, looked like they were poised to take the lead, but turnover on quarterback Ben Schmidt at the goal line. Although our Nick Schmidt, and I don't think he was sticking up for baby brother, thought he was in. And but it went Penns Manor's way. Homer Center coaching staff certainly thought
messed up
they were in. Wildcats.
They're going to get delayed. They don't move it here.
Under 8 minutes, and Schmidt with an offset eye gives to Williams. Williams trying to turn the corner. 35 out of bounds at the 39-yard line for a gain of about 5. They actually, they put it down at the 38. I don't think my eyes were, oh no, it is the 39.
Yeah, he almost made 40-yard line there. He's set these guys up a couple times by doing that, Mark. He's running out of bounds when the guy has his angle cut. What he needs to do is give him a little shoulder out and then cut right up into him. The defender may overrun it, and he'll be able to pick up another 4 or 5 yards.
Second down, 5 to go for Homer Center. Schmidt from the shotgun with a protector left in Williams, and they fake it to Williams. Here comes Ben near side, first down to the 45 to the 50. Penns Manor territory knocked out of bounds at the Comets' 45-yard line. They fake the dive. Schmidt keeps it, and Schmidt picks up 17 yards, and we'll get an update on Ben's stats here from our statistician, Jerry Rossi. Stats all night long brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank. Time to be first. And Ben Schmidt, 8 carries, 116 yards.
See a little determination on tackle by Shamogi there by Ben. He lowered his shoulder. He's a frustrated young man. He knows he's made some mistakes. He's trying to atone for them now.
From the Comet 44, the lone setback is Malacker as a protector left, and they're going to pass. Safe pass underneath to Kobe Doherty. Kobe tackled at the 36-yard line. Good effort. Gain of about 8.
Yeah, they're going to give you that cushion. That's a safe pass. Good call on your part. And Ben has the time to make that throw. It's perfect. The only guy to catch it is Kobe. Nice safe pass. Big 8-yard pickup. Gives you a lot of options here on second down.
Garrett Patterson on the stop for the Penns Manor Comets.
What a game. We knew it'd be this big.
Receiver to the right in front of the Penns Manor bench is Kobe Doherty. Ball on the left hash, weak side of the field toward the Wildcat bench. And Schmidt going to keep it again. Baird trying to get his hands around him, and he does. And he limits him to a 1-yard gain. It'll be third down and about a yard. That time Baird was not fooled and did a pretty good job of limiting Schmidt to a 1-yard gain as we move toward the 6-minute mark in this football game. 6:45 clock churning from our S&T Bank broadcast booth. S&T Bank salutes all of our Heritage Conference athletes from the classroom to the gridiron. And these two teams who have battled all night long, 61st meeting, just like we've seen through the years. And the give to Williams, first down, didn't need much, got a couple, and it'll be enough to move the chains for Penns Manor. Andrew Packer getting up off the bottom of the pile, along with Jimmy Leitner and a couple of other white jerseys, but Williams got enough right up the gut.
It might have been a nice time to run the old Jerry Page tight end play, but they decided to play the conservative way, get the first down, and that's fine too because you can need some more clock up here. The thing is, don't turn the ball over anymore.
Keep in mind, 5-point differential, so a touchdown gives Homer Center a 1-point lead. Straight eye behind Schmidt, who goes under center's movement on the left side, but they don't call it. Schmidt going to throw deep. Out there is Doherty. Can he catch up? Touchdown, Homer Center. Left corner of the end zone. 33 yards. Perfectly thrown ball from Schmidt. And the Wildcats back out on front. 29-28. That was a strike from Schmidt to Doherty. Kobe's second of the night.
Good call on your part there. He had to run under, and Ben did a nice job. He didn't get too pumped and threw a streak. He threw it high and let Kobe run under it, and that was perfect. He had plenty of room behind. He had 4 yards anyway on the defender, so a big play. Good call and important conversion here.
So it's been kind of an up and down night for Ben Schmidt, hasn't it?
Yeah, it sure has, and he'll tell you that.
He's going to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Kobe Doherty. Snap a little bit high, but put down by Kobe, and the kick, does it get through the upright? It does. It didn't make it by much, but it made it. That's all that counts. Triple fives on the scoreboard clock. 5:55 remaining in the football game. Wow, this thing's been a seesaw affair to say the least.
Far from over, my son.
6 plays, 66 yards. It took 2:03 on an IRMC high school sports night. It's now Homer Center 30 and the Penns Manor Comets 28 on the WCCS Wildcat Football Network.
Wow.
But I'll tell you anyway that the most points scored in this series, this being the 61st meeting, 67 points. Back in 1963, that was a 60-7 Homer Center victory. This one's certainly not 60-7, is it?
Oh, and it's certainly not over. There was some discussion by the Penns Manor sideline with the officials, and I'm sure it was because of that little flinch that you mentioned, Mark. It wasn't called. And I think they felt they had that one coming. So it's just been weird as heck. And it's certainly not over yet. And Homer's D has really got to come up here and make some plays. It's critical. They've been doing it. Don't get me wrong, but
let's keep everybody safe tonight, but when injuries occur on a Friday night, Indiana Regional Medical Center is standing by ready to help with their Saturday morning walk-in injury clinic. For a competitive student athlete, the weekend warrior, and everyone in between, sprains, strains, fractures, sports injuries, concussions, get fast and accurate diagnosis every Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 noon, x-ray and physical therapy on site. Saturday morning injury clinic open 8 a.m. to noon at the Human Motion Institute building on the campus of Indiana Regional Medical Center, presented by the IRMC Physicians Group, the community's choice. I'm on radio, I can't help you. Concession special. Got to give that one to the public address announcer. All right, so Ben Schmidt has it teed up. We'll check in with his brother Nick Schmidt roaming the sidelines after this kickoff, and it's a squibber taken by Brandon Galantine, who filtered it on a big convenient hop and downs it at the 41. Nick, what do you have down on that Wildcat sideline?
Well, this is a very important drive here. You score here, it's a pretty good chance you seal the game off. But if Penns Manor gets it back, they have a chance to go down and win it. So this is a very – oh, I'm sorry.
You got that? Yeah,
Penns Manor, it's a very critical drive because if they score here, they can win it. My bad.
No, well, you were on the right track, just wrong team with the ball.
Just let's a couple plays behind. You'll catch up.
He might have been getting that hot sausage special, and he missed his brother's touchdown pass to Kobe. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line for the Comets. Dimitri Lieb takes the handoff on that jet sweep, trying to get to the corner, and he does to the 45, to the 50, to the 45 of Homer Center. Back comes Penns Manor inside the 40 as he runs for about 20 yards. Homer Center's defense just continues to struggle to find their footing here in 2018.
They're getting blocked. Simple as that. The ends are getting blocked. And I'm not saying it's entirely the ends' fault, but they have got to come in and try to occupy them a little better. And what's happening is that Penns Manor's driving them back and able to get to that second level, which is the corner who's coming up to support. And that's allowing Comets to get to the corner.
From 141 to the other. From Penns Manor's 41, Lieb takes it to the Wildcats' 41. Wingman to the right in Lieb, split backs behind Jimmy Leitner. Motion man is Dimitri Lieb, but they're going to give to the fullback Samoji, and the Wildcats sniff that out, and they push him back after a 1-yard gain to the 40. Trevor Malacker busted through to make that tackle along with Travis Mock and Justin Walbeck, the freshman. And it's 2nd down and 9 with 5.5 minutes remaining in the football game, and the Wildcats leading 30-28.
I'm going to state the obvious, but this is definitely 4-down territory. Comets will use all 4 downs to try to get another first.
By the way, we've been doing a test tonight with SeaWorld Satellites and Dish Network. If you want to watch the end of this game, we'll give you a little tip after this game, or after this play. Lieb in motion. They're going to fake to Samoji, and Leitner's going to keep it, and Justin Walbeck has Leitner after a 2-yard gain. So the Wildcats, after allowing an 18-yard first down play, stiffen a little bit. Walbeck limits him to a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down and 7. If you want to watch the end of this game, go to the internet, log on to youtube.com, and search for SeaWorld Satellites.
Big play, obviously, Mark. 3rd down. You could hold them or make a loss there.
All right. I thought your camera, Andy Hart with the camera, I thought it was black screen. I'm thinking there's nothing on there for me to see. 3rd down and 7, big play. And they give it to Dimitri Lieb, and the Wildcats tackle him at the 35-yard line as he came right to left on that trademark play of the Comets. And it's going to be 4th down for Penns Manor. And about 4 to go, so this could be the ball game, W.A.
Well,
a little bit early to say it.
Yeah, but it would certainly be a big boost for the Homer defense if they can hold.
Let's see. I thought for a moment they were going to punt, but no, that's not the case. They changed a lot of personnel, I can tell you that.
They're going, obviously they're going. They got 4 yards to pick up here. Homer needs some penetration, Mark.
It's at the 35. They need the Wildcat 31. Leitner under center, wings left and right. Samoji the fullback, motion man, and Leitner's back to pass. Throws, it is complete. And O'Neal trying to fight for that lead chain, but the Wildcats stop him, and they're going to take over on downs. That